we strongly suggested that they call it the Gritty Film Tour. For some
gritty full draw film tour, but
anything really with the word gritty
would have improved it. But and it's a collection of indie filmmakers. Some of them are much better looking than other ones.
Mark, do you want to say that you're foreign? You're from.
Hence, I should be able to say a Spanish name. There's a lot of Scottish guys named Jose. Yeah, no? Come on.
Anything, Mark?
In that Spanish voice.
You can tell
Spanish voice on mine. Let's do a part 2 of this because a follow-up would be fantastic. I want to hear, these guys' stories with you.
Me too.
And I think the fans do too. I think they'd appreciate
They won't give me this BS you've been giving me. They'll give me this. They give me the truth. Give me the truth.
All I do, they just crack the whip on us nonstop.
I love these guys.
We are Full Draw Film Tour,
and we are listening to
The Gritty Bowman.
Yeah.
Hello, all right. You're listening to the Gritty Bowman, home of gritty bow hunting films, interviews, tall tales, and a wee bit of manly boasting.
I'm South Cox, and you're listening to The Gritty Bowman.
Hey, this is Corey Jacobson, and you're listening to The Gritty Bowman.
We born and raised outdoors, and you've been listening to The Gritty Bowman.
There you go.
I'm Casey.
And I'm Jordan.
And you're watching
The Gritty Bowman.
I'm going to Scotland next year. I'm getting my first tattoo over there.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to get?
Made in Scotland.
Just so there's no confusion.
Yeah, not Spain.
Not Spain.
I'm Joe Sanchez, and you're listening to The Gritty Bowman.
Brilliant. Well done. Well done.
Join us for today's podcast as Mark Brownlee and I visit Backstage with the boys from the Full Draw Film Tour and some chuckleheads from the audience while we were on location at the Portland show. This podcast consists of 4 20-minute interviews. First, we interview Joe Sanchez and Morgan Gregory. Joe drops some helpful tips on using Instagram and explains how he's pretty sure that he was the first hunter ever to post on Instagram. And Morgan shares some insight on filmmaking tools, and they both answer questions about filmmaking. Next up, we visit with Brad Mensy and Josh Marvin, and they share their passion for the Full Draw Film Tour and why they got involved in the tour. We have a great time getting to know these two guys, and they inspire us to get involved and support the tour. Next, we visit with 2 of our good friends and audience members from the show, Corey Miller of Triple X Archery and Jason Phelps of Phelps Game Calls. These 2 jokers talk about the Pink Hat and how Portland raised more money for the Wishes for Warriors charity than any other city to that point. They share the story of how Chris Pasqua of Is It September Yet donated his raffle prize, a brand new Hoyt bow, to Wishes for Warriors. The bow was auctioned off that night and raised more than $1,000 for Wishes for Warriors, adding significantly to the total dollars that evening. And Jason and Corey share a few parting elk hunting tips before the conversation is over. Lastly, we sit down with our good friend Cody Kellum and huge Full Draw Film Tour supporter Mike Crawford. These 2 men share their passion for the tour and why it's more than just a collection of movies for them. And they tell us what they think makes a good film and more. I hope you enjoy this podcast. Sit back, grab a drink, and listen in as a group of good guys talk about their love of hunting, their desire to give back to veterans, and how things like the Full Draw Film Tour are changing the world's perception of hunting in a positive way.
Up in the whiskers.
But off to the side so you don't breathe on it. Yeah. Brownlee, dude, he is the worst microphone.
Am I sitting right for you?
You look good.
Hey,
Thank you,
You
Joe.
look good. Are we recording right now?
that shirt's pretty
We're
awesome.
in.
Come on, Captain Morgan.
Talk
like you've been drinking.
Got that little captain in you.
That's right.
I tried to get him to have a drink earlier, but he didn't want one.
Oh, man. Got to be focused before the show.
Would have helped,
Why
huh?
is it not
Okay, we're all good.
showing the picture?
Okay, Brownlee, hand that. I'm sure it's a GoPro, so it'll get enough. Probably.
Yeah.
Why is it no
Those
coming
suckers
on
are
here?
wide.
Why is it no coming on here? Dude, who talks like that?
This guy.
I have a question.
Just because you're from Scotland does
Yes.
not mean that You talk backwards.
All right, folks. Welcome to the Gritty Bowman podcast. We are here at the Full Draw Film Tour a couple hours before it starts. And before us, we have some more heart and soul from the tour. We have Joe Sanchez here, and we have Captain Morgan.
Oh, man.
Captain Morgan.
Got a little captain in you.
He doesn't have a drinking problem.
So, what I'd like to do is have you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves. We're here. Oh, by the way, I'm here with Mark Brownlee, the Gritty Scotsman. I have a question for Brownlee. We actually were just discussing this. What do they speak in Scotland?
They speak American.
Backwards English.
Backwards English.
There we go.
Now you're looking for a fight. Backwards to English?
No, seriously.
Jeez.
I was thinking about this the other day.
Call me a German. I mean,
You're awful close over
kick
there.
me in the bollocks, Joe. We might as well just start going right now. Joe, backwards, so like a mental Englishman. The one country out of the entire world do not mock me with is an Englishman.
Because what's funny is I've been thinking about this for a while lately because it's not quite English, right? I mean, it's not. It's just not.
You know what? Most of you lot come from us. I'm telling you. Scotch, Irish, all the way down.
Joe,
I think
Joe, your red hair is totally giving away your heritage.
There you go.
You're definitely from that area of the world.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Sanchez.
That's
we've established.
Well,
Mark is kind of Spanish.
If you watched any of our little things that we do, he just assumes I can speak Spanish.
I know. I remember the podcast from last week. J-Dub called you out.
Right.
Your Spanish accent.
That's right. All right. Well, Joe, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who you are, how you got into the tour, and what you do.
All right. Well, I'm Joe. I got involved with the Full Draw Film Tour through Full Draw Film School, where I actually met you guys. Yeah, we went there, had a great time, and learned how to use a camera. I mean, did a couple things before that with the camera, not much, but I learned a lot.
Yep.
And just took those skills and went off and kind of kept in touch with the guys that put on the film school. And they're like, hey, you want to help us out with the film tour? I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a good time. Sure. So I did that.
Yeah, you keep going.
This guy, boss man right here walking through, knocking lights over.
Crashing the set.
Messing stuff up.
Get out of here, Kellen. Okay.
So, I just kept in touch with those guys, and they're like, yeah, you want to help with the film tour? And I said, yep, sure, let's do it. And so it's almost been a little over a year today. I started helping out. Yeah. And just been involved ever since.
A lot of road trips.
Good times. Tour life. # tour life. So,
just real quick before we move on, Morgan here. Tell me what the biggest mistake the tour has made on the road so far.
Ooh.
Have you lost power like in the middle of a film yet? Or
anything like that happen?
No, never since I've been around.
No, loss of the show can't go on. I mean,
I'm missing something. Come on, spell it.
Let's be honest, dude.
No,
Tell the
I'm
people
serious.
we want to hear some dirt.
Oh, I'm gonna hear some dirt.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I can come up with
Look at
any.
this. Covering.
I'm serious right now.
We're moving on. Morgan.
He's been around longer than I am, so you ask him.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Morgan.
Yeah. What? I mean, I work with John for John through his other company that
W Design Company.
W Design Company. I'm work branding and marketing and design. So that's kind of where I came from. Met you guys and Joe, everybody at the film school.
Yeah.
I'd kind of been helping out little things before that, but met all you guys, and I helped out with Cody, helped Cody put on that school with whatever I could do there, and then that was an awesome school.
Oh, you were brilliant in that. He was brilliant because I remember several times he'd come out with us, and the reason why we knew how to do certain things is because you were like, it goes like this.
I think Born and Raised gave me the nickname Morgan Freeman while we were there.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman. I remember that. Yeah.
Ty and Josh still refer to me as Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
That's better than me calling you Captain Morgan after the run. Bloody hell.
So yeah, I mean, kind of got involved there, and I help out with a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I'm typically behind the camera, running around the film tour when I go, and then help out with like little projects here and there, just wherever they need help, and yeah, it's awesome. We get to do a lot of fun projects and get to do a lot of fun things.
So, which brings me to a question that I want to ask you guys. Now that you've been playing with cameras a lot and filming and putting little shows together as part of the tour, and you get behind the camera quite often, right?
Yeah.
Tell me, for folks out there listening that are filming their own stuff, that are getting their cameras out, share with us some things that you like to do with your camera, like shots you like to get or angles or techniques that you use that kind of help tell your story, or what are some mistakes guys make when they're using a video camera?
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it depends. There's a lot of different. Slow-mo's always fun. That's one of your favorite things to capture, just because, I mean, you see it a lot now. You're starting to see it more and more because that technology is becoming more and more readily available, especially with like the Panasonic GH4 and different cameras like that offer that.
Heck, your iPhone is like 240 frames per second.
You can do slow-mo on that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
we used his phone to do that, and the thing where we tossed the backpacks off, and it was filmed in. Filmed in.
You saw that.
You see that? The where it was filmed in slow motion?
Yeah.
It's all
when my pack went
iPhone.
off, his phone recorded it.
Yeah,
it's
good.
It's amazing. Technology is just every day. I do a lot of research, daily or weekly, just to see what other stuff's coming out. Just because the camera equipment changes so fast. I mean, it's just amazing how much cheaper things are becoming, so they're more readily accessible, and people can go out and they can purchase this camera equipment and they can put together stuff that looks really professional and really well done. I mean, that's what all these tour videos, all these films, these are guys that a lot of them don't have a huge budget to throw at putting together a massive film, but they can go out and they can get this camera equipment and do the hard work, and they can put together stuff that looks just as good as you would see anywhere else. It just looks fantastic, sharp, and tells a story.
That's got to benefit the film tour, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because then you get just regular guys.
That's all right.
Telling their story, though, right? And they can do it, right? Because they can afford to. They don't need a helicopter and a big...
So, Morgan, what is something you like to use? Like, besides, slow motion?
Yeah.
Anything else? Like...
the Ronins, those DJI Ronin that just came out, the M and the larger one, those we've got to play with those a little bit.
What is that?
That's a gimbal.
Okay.
Stabilizing gimbal. So, I mean, you can run with it, keeps the camera totally
sort of
steady.
like a glide cam.
Yeah, it's electronic.
It's like on steroids.
Yeah, it is. And that's really fun. I've got to play with that a little bit.
Because you don't have to mount it to a rail or
it's self-contained. You can, once you balance it, takes you, maybe 20 minutes to balance, and once it's balanced, you just grab that and you can run with it, and you can run upstairs.
So many awesome shots.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost fail-proof.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It almost feels like cheating.
and how much is a camera? Is that setup?
It depends. There's a couple different models, but I think they range anywhere from like $1,300 to like $2,500.
And basically, with that, a guy come out like a DSLR to that, and basically he can pretty much film almost anything.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can on the big one. I think it's like around $2,500.
So you can mimic crane shots.
Oh yeah,
or
sliders.
They're pretty sweet. Yeah.
Follow a guy
jibs.
behind, or just a lot of B-roll stuff that you can do with that.
Oh yeah, I mean, you use it for everything once you have one. I mean, yeah, you can use it for everything.
That is pretty cool. That would be a neat toy to have and to play around with. Haven't got around to that.
What's it called again?
It's a Ronin, and there's a number of different companies that make similar products. It just depends what you're looking for. Right? There's a Ghost. I can't remember what the company, but the model's called the Ghost, and there's like 3 or 4 models.
I'm the everyman. I'm pretty low budget.
I'm with you.
Yeah. So actually, I'm using a glide cam, but
they work great.
At some point, though, I'd like to upgrade, and so that I can just give the camera to like a Scottish idiot, and he could run.
He can figure it out.
Right.
It's it's a little complicated. You're gonna have to set it up for him, but once you get it set up, he might be able to.
That's
even an untrained Scottish monkey could use it. That's what you're trying to say.
Okay, cool. Very useful information.
That's fun.
Joe, question for you. Not so much on the camera side. You're kind of like the Instagram hunting
wizard.
Weren't you like the first hunter ever to be on Instagram?
I was the first hunter. I got it right when it came out and started putting up.
How many followers do you have on Instagram?
I think like 12,000 something. I mean, that's not even that much. Like, people have way more, but
that's not that much.
Dude, I gotta verify
I compare
that.
myself.
Isn't it more than 12? I thought
Joe wouldn't lie.
No, wait, I got it right here. Let me
Show
check
me.
this
Are
out.
you gonna
Let me
prove
check this
this?
out. I got it.
And Joe wouldn't lie.
The thing is,
I got you. I'm not lying.
that's a lot of followers.
I know.
Bam Bam took a photo of me.
So,
Oh no.
so what does it take to?
12.2.
Yeah, dude, it's ridiculous. So
That's not ridiculous.
what does it take to have?
That's awesome, Joe.
Did you get that, Bryce?
That's Instagram.
It actually will
Instagram.
focus if you.
His sister's going to show me how you do that.
Oh, folks, for those of you out there, as Bryce is trying to film the screen, if you try to film a computer screen or a phone screen, if you take it off autofocus, Bryce, and then back it off just a little bit and make it slightly blurry, you can actually, it won't pixelate on you. The same way. So, Joe, go on. Like,
how does
there's
this help
lot
a guy?
of
How does this help a guy in
building
doing
a
this sort of
business
stuff?
What's the best way to use Instagram? Like, I've tried, so I put a lot of stuff on Facebook, but how does a guy use Instagram to share his brand, to share his stuff? Because it's a pain in the butt to me. Like,
I don't think it's a pain. I like Instagram more than I like Facebook. I post on Instagram. I guess
and I know a lot of hunters are moving away from Facebook to
Instagram. Yeah, because you can. It's more picture based. I mean, you don't see people writing comments about hunting.
Right.
So they have to show what they're doing on there.
Right.
And that's how. I mean,
basically.
I think that's how I heard about the Full Draw Film School, is like through that somehow. And I mean, what I do, I don't. To get that many followers, I just. Man.
You have naked pictures, don't you? Like,
No, so Joe, me.
No.
All I got to do is put pictures on there, so I don't even have to be able to type American. I can just put pictures on them.
I mean, I would type something underneath your picture to say what, like, to
people want to see what it's about.
Yeah, see what it's about, see what you're doing, and check it out.
So what's the whole hashtag thing?
Yeah, hashtag.
What the hell is that? Hashtag.
I hashtag the crap out of my pictures. I think there's like 25 on each of them. So once you hashtag underneath your picture, that picture is going to come up.
And the hashtag is the hashtag sign, and then you type in
hashtag.
Yeah, it's the number sign, right?
And the number sign.
There you
right.
go.
And then you type in what?
I type in like bow hunting. Or hunting.
Right. And what's the point of that?
So people, you can just go on Instagram and hit in the search bar. You can type in hashtag hunting, and all the pictures that have been hashtagged with that come up, and there's your picture.
Okay.
And then
I can go in there and go hashtag Gritty Bowman podcast.
Yeah.
Like that shameless plug I just did. Yeah, right. And then what happens is people will find everything
about Gritty Bowman. Everything that's been hashtag Gritty Bowman will come up.
Really?
And they can go through that whole list and
select
like
what they
all
like.
those pictures. And
even if they don't follow you or know anything about you.
Exactly, yeah.
They can just hashtag like.
Yep.
So if you hashtag like, for example, like why we do it, right?
Yep.
Then there's all these guys out there that are throwing that at the end of their like hunt or something or.
Yep.
And there it is.
Those will all come up.
Or Full Draw Film Tour, and you'll find everything that somebody has posted about the Full Draw Film Tour where they hashtagged it.
Yep. All those pictures will come right up in a list, and you can just go through and
so it's different
check
than
them out
Facebook.
And yeah, it's
like
way
like
different
when
than
I
Facebook.
post on Facebook, right? My friends see my posts. But people, if I make it public, people can search and find me per se and find my stuff and go look at me. But it doesn't really show up in their feed, right?
So on Instagram, if your profile is private and you hashtag, it's not getting out to people.
Okay.
So you need to be public to be able to use those hashtags to your advantage to get more followers,
right?
To get more people liking your pictures.
Okay. Any tricks with pictures, like when people are scrolling through and looking at stuff? why do they go, dude, I'm going to follow Joe? Why? Why? Because I followed. I don't know why. I don't know why
you follow me.
It's obvious.
So one thing I found out is don't post sporadically. Don't post like 5 times a day. Nobody wants to see that. This guy's blowing up my feeds. I don't want to follow him anymore. He's done. I post maybe twice a week. That's it. And then I only post cool pictures, obviously. Come on now.
Right.
I mean, I edit them pretty hard edits.
Dude, your edits crack me up. Like filters,
Dude, I filter
extra. Like,
yeah.
They look pretty epic, though.
That's what I do.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
It's your style.
There it is. Check me out at JSan on Instagram.
Nice.
There you go. I'm gonna.
Of course.
Well, his sister's going to show me how to use Instagram. I just talked to her about it.
Do you have an Instagram now?
No, his sister's going to show me how to do it tonight.
You just followed me.
Jeez, I'm not looking. Yeah, I did, Joe. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I know that.
Somebody else made a profile for him.
That's very cool.
Dirty Scottish man.
Okay, so one more question for you guys, and then we're going to rope some more of your crew in here.
Mm-hmm.
So, Joe, for you, with filmmaking, what's some takeaways you have for people that are out there filming? What are some things that you like to do, your style, or how do you like to use a camera?
I mean, I'm a pretty simple man when it comes to camera equipment. I don't have the best, the best of the best. I have a 70D. That's Canon.
Yep.
Basic DSLR.
Mm-hmm.
Not too expensive. It's not bottom of the line.
Yep.
A monopod. And that's what I like to use.
Mm-hmm.
I film a couple TV shows, and I use that. I mean, got a Rode mic on it, some SD cards, and I like to just go with the flow.
And then what sort of shots do you like to get to make it more compelling?
I like to get on, like, low shots, like where I'm towards the ground looking up. Those are my kind of thing. I like doing those. I like sitting on the ground a lot. Watching people from
different angles.
Yeah, different angles from low spots.
Giving you perspective that you don't get with your normal eye.
Yeah, exactly. Those are my kind of shots. I don't like being like just sitting right here and just
kind of like what we do with the podcast.
Yeah, like this guy's doing right now.
Yeah.
No, he's doing a good job.
But what you're saying is maybe the tripod at a distance just filming you, it's not really as compelling.
I mean, nobody wants to sit there and just watch the same thing. You got to get those different angles, and I like getting the low shots coming up. That's just.
I'm going to remember that when I wear my kilt.
Oh no!
I had to go there. You're like the low shots looking up.
Yeah. I'm not going to film. I'm not filming this
guy. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us.
You guys are awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Brilliant.
Wait. We got to take a selfie before we get.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right.
I got to
put this on.
You got to
Instagram.
hashtag the crap out of it.
Yeah. I'm going to hashtag
with Gritty
it.
Bowman.
Nobody's going to look at it. You got to do it under his.
You're going to get so many followers off of him.
That's right. There we go.
It's insane.
I'm going to filter the heck out of it, too. I think we need to stand up for this.
All right.
All right, we got it.
Bullets.
This will be good.
Brilliant.
Showing off.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks, guys. He doesn't quite speak English, but
I have my green card, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I'm here to stay.
That's right.
All right, folks, welcome to the Gritty Bowman Podcast. We are here at the Full Draw Film Tour just moments before it starts, and we have some guests that participate and help out with the tour here, and Josh and Brad, and we're going to have them introduce themselves and kind of tell us a little bit about how they got started with the tour, maybe why they're doing this right now, and just some background about themselves. So we'll start with you, Brad.
Well, I'm Brad Mensy, born and raised Washington Coast, hunting Roosevelt's blacktail. Fell in love with the sport of bow hunting. Just kind of took it on social media. I actually kind of fell in love with the idea of sharing your story of a hunt, and not just be able to tell someone about it, but actually be able to show people physical creation that you make, actually through Born and Raised Outdoors, watching Cody. And I started following him on Facebook and all that, and watching them grow as they put out movies every year and just the progress they've made. And I kind of came up with the idea of wanting to do something like that on my own last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of took it to social media and went out, bought a camera, didn't know what I was doing, started taking pictures with it, videoing, screwing up hunts, trying to make something happen. And just kind of fell in love with it, even though it's a struggle. It's a big learning curve, but I like being able to share and show what I'm doing out there. So
yeah,
I kind of took the photography aspect to it to Instagram as my big outlet on that. And
you young guys hammer that Instagram.
Yeah, Joe's got like 12 million people following him or something.
There's an art to it. It's all hashtags.
I'm trying to figure that art out.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, just playing with that. And
so what? Wait a minute. Well, you're on that Instagram. So what's your thingy? Your hashtag thingy? Like Joe's what? Hashtag Joe something, right?
It's at Jason.
Yeah. So what's yours?
At bmensy1.
At B. Okay.
Follow. It's the art.
No, I'm going to get shown it this weekend how to do it. So I'm going to start. I'll start following.
That's a good time. It's a good outlet. But yeah, just kind of took the photography to there, and I got in. I've always kind of been big on writing and motivational things like that. So that's kind of been an outlet for me to share what I'm doing and what I'm thinking with
other people.
And yeah, exactly.
Influence and
just share my thoughts and what I'm feeling, I guess, through pictures and my writing. So I've been doing that I got big into that last September anyways with the photography. Then ended up getting in contact with Cody. They saw my stuff on Instagram and Facebook and reached out to me and told them to give them a call, met up with them, did a little Skype session, and just kind of, that's how we got here.
Brilliant.
Wow. That's cool.
So,
all right.
I'm Josh Marvin, and my buddy Joe, or at Jason on Instagram, he joined the Full Draw Film Tour last year, and then Morgan, I was with them at a 3D shoot, and they were talking about maybe looking for some more volunteers to help with the show setup and travel around and do that kind of stuff. And I had been to, I think I've been to a show every season, you know.
Yeah.
And I have a big heart for kids, and you know, up until this year, they had been doing Hunt of a Lifetime for kids. And that's what the raffle donation was for. I had been trying to put together a nonprofit to pair kids with mentors and that kind of stuff, getting them outdoors. You know, I've always been involved in hunting and fishing, and I wanted to be able to share that passion with kids, and that's what's going to secure this for the future, is getting the young people engaged and involved in it. And so that's why I wanted to originally get involved with it. And then this year we switched up and we're doing Wishes for Warriors, and because those guys and gals go and give everything they have, you know, that's why we're able to sit here and do what we're doing right now. And whether it's, you know, with kids or warriors, it's a great cause, and it benefits them both. And then we're also, you know, sharing our passion for bow hunting and getting to share that with people. You know, I've met a couple people that have, you know, never been around bow hunting. Just tonight we stepped over in the restaurant, and the waiter, there was like 3 waiters, you know, tell us all about bow hunting, and they were wanting to know, you know, what they could do with bow hunting. And so it's just another platform for us to reach people and share that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So did you grow up did you have like family that taught you to hunt and stuff? See, for me, I'm brand new to this, right?
Okay.
Now, he's showing me how to do this,
okay.
So I'm a 12-year-old stuck in an old man's body. And so, but I mean, you were talking about sharing it with kids though, right? So there's probably a lot of kids out there, you know, like when I was growing up, that maybe doesn't have somebody to show them how to hunt, right?
There's way too many
many
kids.
And so that's who you're talking about trying to reach.
Absolutely.
That's brilliant.
I've been adopted 2 different times, and I've never met my biological father.
All right.
And so there's been, all through my life, there's been, you know, my grandpa and the 2 guys that adopted me before, and sports coaches and all that kind of stuff that have stepped up and, you know, shown me right and wrong and taken me hunting and fishing and doing that kind of stuff. And so it's kind of near and dear to my heart to be able to show, whether it's kids or adults, that, you know, because I have such a big passion for it.
Yeah, yeah. On that note, you know, we wanted to ask you guys, what, you know, you've been doing this, helping out here with the Full Draw Film Tour for a little while. Can you tell folks like one of the think about one of the most impactful moments or anything that you've experienced has been real special through the tour, and share that?
I mean, me personally, I can't say one significant thing that stands out. It's just coming to all the shows, meeting people from all different walks of life, brought together by one special subject, bow hunting, and just seeing all the love and passion that they have for the sport and wanting to share that and invite buddies, and seeing new people come into it that don't know what it's about, and it's one of those things that's hard to explain. You have to come to see it yourself to see how awesome of an event it is, but just seeing all the love that comes around the sport and the brotherhood to it, and it's just awesome.
All right, that's one of the things that got me coming to it, you know, because from my perspective, as somebody was like somewhat anti-hunting, but that's because of, you know, all I saw was people that whack something, hold up the horns, go, look what I bloody got. Right. But then when you get to see this whole thing, I mean, it's just something else. I mean, there's such a huge world around on the outside of just those, you know, the bloody horns.
I would say everybody that has never hunted doesn't know everything that goes into it.
Right.
The dedication, the hard work, the preparation, the planning. You know, 4 years ago I weighed 400 pounds, and I started following Cam Haines on Facebook and Instagram, and honestly, it kind of, you know, saved my life. You know, I started running and quit drinking 4 liters of Mountain Dew a day and eating McDonald's, and you know, and so that.
Dude, you sound just like Mark.
No, that's the way I 3 years ago. I was 250 pounds, you know, and 190, almost chiseled.
And at 4'5", that's serious weight.
Leprechaun status.
and a tall hobbit size, that's a lot of weight. No, but I mean, I was on umpteen different types of medications, and I've cut that into a third of them now, you know. And it's seriously, hunting basically has saved my life in essence, and, you know, and it's stories like that are brilliant. That's why this thing's so good, sharing that.
That's what's awesome about social media, you know, Instagram and Facebook, and I don't know if you guys are on Twitter, but having a Twitter account, when, you know, not to bring up sore subject, but subjects like, you know, Cecil the Lion and those, you know, Melissa Bachman, when she was attacked for going to Africa and that stuff, we all rally together. You know, it's like high school football. You're going to take one of us on, you got everyone behind you, and we're going to support you. And that's what's so cool about it is whether you're a rifle hunter or a bow hunter, it's a family, man. And coming here, you get jacked up. You know, people are hooting and hollering.
Yep.
But kind of the coolest thing that I saw was at our bin show, we sold out of the pink full draw film tour hats.
Yeah.
So we had one left. We all signed it. We went up on stage and we raffled it off, and it was like $400 later.
Right.
She had bought the hat.
The infamous
we had all signed it, and she paid like $400 for it, and then she gave it back, and she said, all I ask is you sell it at the next show and give the money for Wishes for Warriors. And that's what it's all about.
That's brilliant.
Yep.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What's your favorite film of the tour this year?
No pressure.
Gritty Bowman.
Whoa, and he does it with his rolling R's. That's brilliant. Well done. I agree. I know, I'm all excited. I haven't seen it on the big screen yet, so I'm just all excited to see it.
Yeah, I've been in the tour, I think this is like my 4th or 5th time this season to hear, but Mark hasn't been able to make it yet, so this will be his chance to see it.
They're all different in their own aspect, so it's hard to say this is my favorite one.
Oh yeah.
But there's really 3 moments that stick out to me. One is the father and son hunt. That one, you know, that tugs on your heartstrings because everybody grows up hunting with their dad. You know, that one, the kid killing his elk. That's an awesome hunt. And then the last one, the born and raised one, the last scene when the dad starts talking.
I'm covering the mics like I'm going to not hear it.
That one makes the hair on my neck stand up.
Don't spoil it for him. He hasn't been here.
I'm not going to say what it is.
But I need you to move. I'm like holding the outside of these muffs like it's going to stop
getting louder.
Exactly.
He'll know what I'm talking about. I won't ruin it for anybody. But
yeah, they're all, like he was saying, they're all different in their own aspect, but they all bring something special to the table, like the father-son. Yeah. A lot of us that's one bond we share. We grew up with following the old man around out in the woods and
old man around the
and now we have our
Is that why you took me on?
Our own kids.
Yeah.
Dude, he was like bringing my great grandpa with you.
But seeing him shooting his first elk and old man breaking down, and when he comes up to his kid, and that's something I shared. My old man lost it when I shot my first elk, and it's just you live for those memories that you're never going to forget. And for me, that's a big part of it. Just creating memories that will last a lifetime, where you can think back and it's like you were there yesterday.
Yeah.
One of the questions that one of the waiters asked us next door was, why isn't Ted Nugent a part of this? And Jason and I, we kind of looked at each other and chuckled. It's Joe. I get so used to calling him Jason because of his sister. But we kind of looked at each other and chuckled. And what's awesome about the Full Draw Film Tour is the filmmakers capture something that the everyday hunter experiences every time they're in the woods.
Yeah.
It's not this big production. It's not, these famous people that everybody knows. It's these real life guys that are going out on their weekends, taking their vacation, spending their vacation time in the woods, and they're able to capture that emotion that all of us experience in the woods.
I was going to ask you guys, what do you think is what makes a good film? What is it that makes a film get your attention, change you, inspire you?
For me personally, it's relatability. It's like you can go home, sit on the couch, watch Outdoor Channel, people sitting in whitetail stands, shoot something, like you were saying, hold up horns and roll credits. For me, that's never done it. It's like watching the Born and Raised when their first movie come out. It's like, it's a Roosevelt movie. I got to have this.
Right.
Then you start watching
it's in
it.
your
It's
backyard.
Like, I've been
life.
there. Yeah, exactly. It's hunting with timber fallers. My dad's a logger, born up and raised in the woods, and just being able to put yourself in their shoes and what they're going through type deal. It's where you can't really grasp the stuff you're seeing on TV. It's a completely different aspect to it.
Right.
Being able to relate to what's going on. You think, I've felt that, I've been there type deal.
Yeah, but when I went hunting the first time with a video camera with him a couple of years ago, I was in the trailer recovering because I couldn't go hiking all over the mountains all the time. But then the first films I watched were born and raised outdoor guys, right? And I can specifically remember going, these guys are brilliant, because it was nothing like I'd ever seen, like I'd watched on TV and stuff like that. And you're right, that was just, then I was like, maybe I do want to do something like this.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what's beautiful about the tour. It's not what you've seen on TV. It's guys just like you and me that are going out there cutting their teeth and trying to get it done. And after you come here and watch the show, it's hard to go watch that stuff on TV.
Yeah.
It makes you want to go out and do it.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, for me, I think when I think of what makes a good film, I really want the film to tell a story. Like, a lot of the films I see is just, there's no story. You just go out, you shoot something, and you go, look what I got, and then it's over. You're not invested in the person in the story. There's no meaning in the story. There's just action. And I think for a film to really stand out, there should be meaning.
Right.
And so to get into meaning, you have to have actually state, some values or some thoughts or some ideas that actually could change someone's viewpoint, like what they came in, and then when they walk out, did you change them? Do they have a different perspective on life, maybe, or did you reinforce something that they held dear? Now they feel that much more strongly than they did before. And so, for me, if I'm not doing that, then when I'm trying to make a film like that, because I make a lot of dorky stuff with Mark and I, that's just there to make people laugh, because I think laughter's a huge thing too. Like, the laughter doesn't necessarily change who you are or inspire you, but it just, laughter feels good, and it brightens your day when maybe it wasn't going so well. All of a sudden, you laugh a little bit, and all of a sudden, things change. So I'll throw some of that in what we do, just because we have fun.
Yeah.
But when I'm trying to make a film that inspires people or changes, that's kind of one of the things that's in the forefront of my mind when I'm out there shooting a film and trying to put something together before I even, make it.
Yeah.
That's, like with the story part of it, that's what is so great about these films that you're seeing. It's full circle. It's not just, I'm in a tree stand, I'm hunting. It's the preparation goes into it, shooting arrows all year long, working out, running.
Yeah.
Then you're out there hunting, busting your butt out in the wilderness, and then bringing the meat and horns back out on your back. It's not just the kills.
Also, I think a big for me, learning about the filming, I've always, you grow up watching, like Jim Zumbo and that kind of stuff on the Outdoor Channel. You don't really realize the amount of work that goes into getting good shots on film. You don't realize the 6 months of editing that it takes to put out a good film like that, because you think you got it all together, and then you watch it and you're like, oh, dude, that 13 seconds right there totally throws off my whole film. So you go back and redo the whole thing. There's just so much more to it.
It's a humbling experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we learned a lot of that stuff at the film school.
Right.
You know, and that's when we met Joe and Morgan.
Yeah, Cody and everybody. Yeah, it's been a fun journey. I think what sets one of the things that I like about the Full Draw Film Tour, because there's a lot of great film tours that are out there, but one thing I like about it is that the shows just tend to have a lot more, have a lot of depth to them and meaning, and not that I don't mind. Like, I like to watch, like, hey, I'm up in my tree stand and here's a giant buck. And I love to see the wildlife. I like to see the excitement on their face when they shoot it, and I love the camaraderie that some of these shows show between their buddies and the guys. But there's a lot of that. There's like over 350 shows on television, and a lot of it's the same stuff.
Yep.
When you come to the Full Draw Film Tour and some other hunting film tours,
just this year we have antelope, we have elk, we have moose. That's
but all of them have like a deeper message.
Absolutely,
that
than
carries
just the
on.
hunting.
Yeah, which I think for non-hunters, it's a great venue because they're not into the hunting the way that I am. So they sit down in front of like a TV show, like I'll pick on Lee and Tiffany, right? They're like, it's hunting,
Yeah.
But they come to the Full Draw Film Tour, and there's a little more. It's not so much a TV show for hunters and entertainment. It's more inspiring. It's there to change maybe your thoughts on hunting, how you feel about life in general. It's there to reinforce family ties and other values, and I think love of nature, conservation, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's a great place to take a non-hunter.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll be back here next year telling the rest of my story.
There you go.
See, if Mark can shoot an elk or anything,
this year,
if he can kill anything, really, we'll make a film out of it. But and we might just eventually, 7 years from now, just make a film about how we tried real hard. No,
but it'll be the thing like that. Like you said about what the process you've gone through. We've been documenting my process going through that.
Yeah, we have a lot of great footage. That's fun stuff.
That's what it's about.
It's real. It's real. This is Mark's journey, and we're putting it on film. And someday, one way or another, we still have a story.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what's good about this is they're all a story, and they're all different.
Their journey.
Every hunt is different, and every journey is different, and that's what's cool about this.
Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys coming on.
Thank you.
And
you can also follow Josh at Bowhunter Marvin on Instagram.
Josh,
there you go.
No, I'm.
How do you say it?
At Bowhunter Marvin on Instagram.
At Bowhunter Marvin.
Yeah.
Is your handle?
Yep.
Is that what you call it? Handle?
Yeah.
What do you call it on Instagram? Profile?
I don't know. I thought that was a CB deal.
Yeah, see, now you old bastard.
You making fun of my age?
Yeah.
Is that what just
I
happened?
use CBs too.
Come on, like Rubber Ducky.
Yeah. We got a convoy.
Oh, God. I saw that in the theater.
What is it
my
again?
goodness.
Say it again.
Yeah.
What's your handle?
Is it a handle? Is
No,
it a name?
profile.
Is it?
Give us the cool ones. Us old people, the cool ones.
Dude, handle's cool. You got to admit,
It's a handle.
Cool.
That's my dad owns his own log truck. It's a handle. It's the @ Bowhunter Marvin.
All right.
Okay. At Bowhunter Marvin.
At Mensy1 Minzey. Over.
All right, we're done.
Roger that.
Thanks,
Copy.
guys.
No, thanks.
Brilliant. Thank you, guys.
This podcast has been broken into multiple parts to make the downloads faster. You have reached the end of a part, but not the end of the complete podcast. So please check your Gritty Bowman library for the next part of this podcast.